Hey everyone, I have so many highly anticipated updates for you guys. We'll be talking about Under Her Rule, By My Boss, Juliet and Juliet, the latest update on the Faye situation, Orm's apology, Noor addressing the live stream where she broke down in tears, Lena's boyfriend rumors, Aya's homophobia allegations, GL actresses' slave contracts, and lastly, AI Girl. Everything will be timestamped, so let's get into it. Let's start with one of the most anticipated updates we've all been waiting for. Mina Babe's series is no longer a fever dream. It's officially happening. Yesterday, the cast held their blessing ceremony with the entire cast in attendance. Even Charlotte showed up to surprise her friend. We also got the premiere date. Under Her Rule will premiere on October 17th. The pilot is already available on YouTube if you haven't watched it yet. Once you do, you'll understand why there's been so much hype surrounding both the series and this pairing. Mina and Babe have wanted to work together for years. They also have a mini-series called Delete Your Past available on the MGI YouTube channel if you want something to watch while waiting for the series. Fans are so happy. We've been waiting for this blessing ceremony for such a long time, and the girls themselves have been praying for this opportunity for years. I still remember that Petrichor fan meeting, if I'm remembering correctly, where Mina became emotional and started crying because she wanted to work with and be paired with Aum in a GL series. Now it's finally becoming a reality. Under Her Rule has officially started filming, and this is years of shipping finally paying off. I'm so excited. We also found out more about the cast and their characters. Mina plays a 23-year-old intern, while Aum plays her 32-year-old boss. Ginny plays Mina's ex, and the rest of the supporting cast will play their friends and office rivals. The whole setup is giving Gap Pink theory. I also saw some people criticizing the age gap and saying GL fans romanticize large age differences. That's definitely coming from newer fans. The age gap discourse 2 years ago was absolutely insane. I just hope these people never watch Blank. That being said, 23 and 32 is actually pretty tame compared to some other GLs we've seen. Moving on. Apparently, Nawat referred to Englot as relatively famous during an interview yesterday. Fans are not happy. Many feel like he's trying to downplay their success when they're widely considered one of the most iconic GL pairings, with years of organic growth and a massive fan base. They're saying that calling them relatively famous doesn't really reflect the level of popularity they've built over the years. Moving on, we also have an update on By My Boss, another highly anticipated series from FRT Entertainment, the same company behind Shades. You already know this one is going to be good. FRT released the pilot trailer almost a year ago. Since then, we've seen a few casting changes. Ying Anyada and are now the main leads, while Pla and Wawa will be the second couple. You guys probably remember Pla. She played Teacher Som in Shades. I was actually watching their TikToks the other day, and I noticed By My Boss in the background. I had a feeling they were about to drop some little update. But no, they just went ahead and posted this. You're the boss at work, but not in bed. And along with that, October 28th. Yep, the series is officially coming this October. That's crazy. They just casually announced the premiere date on X without even holding a blessing ceremony. I do think they should take advantage of the hype surrounding the show a little more, but hey, at least it's finally coming in about 2 months. On top of that, we also have a brand new ship. Nook and Alexis. Both actresses appeared in Shades. Nook played Shisha, the bully, while Alexis played one of Nano's friends. They are now officially paired together and will also appear in By My Boss. Another show we finally have an update on is Juliet and Juliet. The official novel is being released tomorrow, and according to some sources, the series is now expected to premiere on September 5th. It was previously rumored to air in August, but that doesn't seem very likely anymore. We do know the series already under filming, the OST has been recorded, and the company has been promoting the novel release as well. They also seem to be pushing Ming Ming and Neptune as a duo more than before. So yeah, Juliet and Juliet is coming very soon. Please Love has also officially wrapped filming. Inherit, starring Arhung and Devika, released its trailer yesterday. And The Rules, Mabel and Panji's next project also held its blessing ceremony. It's not a GL, but apparently they'll be playing ex-girlfriends in the series. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all the latest updates I have regarding the upcoming shows. Other than that, we also saw some drama that almost escalated, but thankfully fans shut it down pretty quickly. First, there was the whole situation with Lena going out to lunch with her friends. Apparently, a fan spotted Lena sitting a few tables away, asked for a photo, and Lena kindly agreed. The fan excitedly posted the picture on X and shared the whole story. But then people noticed there was a man in a white shirt sitting beside her, and suddenly everyone started asking, "Who's that? Is that her new boyfriend?" You know how these things spiral online. In reality, Lena was simply having lunch with her friends, like any normal person would. She was there to support the business of her friend, who also happens to be an actress under the same Channel 3 management. Orm was there too. They even posted it on their Instagram stories. It's not like she was on some secret date, so I don't know where the dating rumors came from. And even if one day Lena does go on a date with a man, that's really none of our business. The heartwarming part was seeing so many fans actually use common sense and defend Lena. She probably saw all the support because later she posted on Instagram, "Kindness is never wasted. Yeah, kindness is free. Choose to be kind." Another actress fans defended yesterday was Aya. Something similar happened to her. Someone claimed Aya had liked a comment saying, "Aya and Fort, lovely boyfriend," followed by a laughing emoji. I didn't even know you could still see someone's likes on X, but apparently you can't anymore. They removed that feature back in 2024, so it's very likely someone was sharing an old screenshot just to stir up drama. Then this video started circulating.
"This is a mistake, my mistake. I'm so new." As for, yeah, we are good friends.
I think that's an old clip too. The worst part of all this was the homophobic comments people started making. I don't understand how some people jumped to that conclusion. What's the actual evidence? There really wasn't any. Thankfully, a lot of fans called out the rumor mongering and defended Aya from these completely unnecessary accusations. Now we need to talk about what Faye posted. This has gone way beyond delusional fan behavior. It's in criminal territory. So here's what happened. Someone acting as a middleman contacted a person who's actually close to Faye and basically tried to buy her private information. They claimed they wanted it for Chinese fan club members and offered a huge amount of money in return. And here's the part that made me laugh. They also claimed someone close to Faye had sold her information before and made a fortune. When they were asked for proof, suddenly they couldn't provide any because apparently they didn't want to get sued. How convenient. Now, what were they asking for? They wanted Faye's home address, phone number, flight schedules, private event dates, favorite hangout spots, information about her sisters, who she spends time with, where she goes, and when. I'm sorry, are you planning a kidnapping? This is surveillance. Then they tried to sweeten the deal by saying, "You don't owe loyalty to someone you don't know. You can earn good money. You'll be happy, and so will we. We'll contact you later." That line alone tells you they knew exactly what they were asking this person to do. They were literally trying to convince someone to betray Faye for cash. Sadly, this isn't even the first time we've seen something like this. Remember when information about Orm was allegedly being sold by her driver? It's disturbing that this keeps happening. Thankfully, Faye and her team aren't brushing it off. They're taking everything to the authorities, which is exactly what should happen. I want to see these stalkers behind bars. Tong, who's a BL actor, recently criticized the industry for exploiting BL and GL actors with what he described as almost slave-like contracts. I'm going to read his post. "Agencies nowadays are being far too harsh on artists. It's truly outrageous. Many agencies typically take 70% of the revenue, while the artist receives only 30%, which also has to cover the artist's management costs. Recently, several artists in the BL and GL industry have come to me for advice. Some agencies split earnings 50-50, while others take 80% and leave the artist with just 20%. But the worst case I've seen was a 90-10 split, with the agency taking 90%. Seriously, that's excessive. The artist involved is actually quite well known, but doesn't want to sue the agency for fear of causing controversy. On top of that, some agencies also deduct expenses such as makeup, hair, and styling separately from the artist's payment. It's incredibly unfair. I truly wish there were a standard contract for this type of work. If you're planning to enter this industry, read your contract very carefully. It's heartbreaking to see situations like this. This is insanely exploitative. Companies taking 70% to 90% of your earnings, and then you still have to pay for your own expenses on top of that? That's straight up slave contracts. We already knew that artists don't always get to keep all the money they earn, but this is on another level. We really need to stop calling them gay for pay. They're not even being paid enough to justify that label. This is really giving K-pop slave contracts. The industry should set some standards for artist contracts so that young actresses who are passionate about acting don't end up trapped in agreements that are almost analogous to slavery. The rabbit hole is deep as hell. Nur talked about her live where she broke down in tears because some fans were being mean, telling her she wasn't working enough. We now have an update on the whole situation, and I need you guys to hear this. During the live, Noor addressed it head on. She said she asked herself, why would I even pay attention to it? But what happened really got to her. She said she shed tears of anger, not just sadness, but anger and sadness at the same time. The reason it hit her so hard is because she put so much effort into her work. When she saw that comment, she thought, have you really never seen the value in everything I do? That made her feel like maybe she'd done something wrong, guilty, sad, angry, all at once, and that's what made her cry. She said that with every job and every project, she gives it her all. So that's exactly why a comment like, she doesn't work, cuts so deep. She said, I do work. I get tired and stressed too. And now that she's finally found a balance between work and her personal life, why can't people just be happy for her? What, are they expecting her to work like a robot 24 hours a day? Noor even opened up about having trouble sleeping sometimes. In the end, she said, I'm not here to prove anything to anyone. I'll let my work and my achievements speak for themselves. I really felt this. Nobody should have to justify their exhaustion to strangers online. Keep fighting, girl. Orm ended up apologizing. You guys already know about the backlash. I covered it in my recent videos. Orm was playing around with her mic, making noises, and everyone dragged her for it, saying it was disrespectful to the senior she was sitting with. Orm said in the clip that it was because of her ADHD, but people weren't buying it at all. They said she needs to stop acting like a kid. She's 25. So here's the update. A reporter asked her about the clip, and Orm apologized immediately, saying she never meant to interrupt or be rude. She'd already apologized to Auntie Kick on the same day it happened. Then, when the internet blew the situation up even more, she called Auntie Kick again to apologize a second time. Auntie Kick told her it was literally no big deal and that she hadn't even thought anything of it. She even asked Orm if she wanted her to post something publicly to clear things up. Orm said no, it's okay, she'll handle it herself. She added that she'll be much more careful from now on and that she's truly sorry. But okay, like I already said, I really don't understand the amount of backlash and media attention this tiny clip received. One side fans kept comparing Channel 3 and GMM Girls' performances, and then in the comments section, Emmy and Ling Ling started flirting. Emmy called Ling Ling my type, and Ling Ling replied, Do you want to perform together sometime? I literally screamed, yeah, that was so wholesome to see. Lastly, AI Girl Episode 6, the emotional whiplash, the emotional damage last night's episode gave all of us. Girl, I started crying from the bathtub scene, and I couldn't stop crying for the rest of the episode. The acting performances were top-notch. Award shows better recognize them. Irene, girl, did you really do that? Did she really put I into self-destruct mode with no backup? I don't know. My heart keeps telling me Irene can't be that cruel. She wouldn't do this to Jen. But then again, we still don't know Irene well enough. You know that theory that Irene and I are actually the same person and there's time travel? Like, they're the same person in two different timelines. Jen drew Irene's face because she's lived through all of this before. She was in love with Irene but forgot about her. That's why Irene sent I, with her own face, to Jen to remind her of everything. What other possible explanation could there be for everything we've seen so far? In the next 2 episodes, this show is going to end. I don't want to say goodbye, but yeah, I think Irene is going to try to win Jen over. The problem is, Jen loves I, and we need I to turn back on, girl. I need I back. I can't see Jen like this. This is honestly one of the saddest things we've seen this year in GL. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you in the next video.